All right, this is a daily chart of TWTR. What I'm going to talk about in this video is not only does one need to know how to find out which stocks are going to move, like I always explain, and then it's also managing them. I get a lot of questions. Will Twitter hit the $54 target? No one knows. you know. That's the answer. What we do, the process is you manage it. I anticipate. For example, I'll give you an example here. AAPL. Back I made a video. Well, I didn't make a video, but I made a chart update on this reversal day here. That was the 8th, and it triggered on the 12th that I had targets of 100 and 102. 103. Now, the stock didn't simply just it went up, but I mean, look, we had a bit of a down day, but it reverses, and you have down days, right? But I mean, theoretically, the stock is up. Now, it may have not have done this well, okay? And that's how you have to manage a trade. Sometimes they become small profits, and then they fall out of bed. And I'll give you a great example. NFLX. Actually, it looked like it reversed today. So I think I talked about entering the stock of 480, but it lacked the kind of momentum during the day that I'd like to see, and it pulled back too much, so I had to exit this position. Even though I was bullish the stock, right? Just because, a lot of times, sometimes some things can confirm, but they don't confirm properly or whatever, and they're just setting up. Basically, Netflix looks like to me like it's setting up to go higher, but there's a lot of risk at this price point, and I'd have to revisit that. Anyways, let's go back to Twitter, TWTR. Now, I also made in a video that I thought that Twitter, days before Twitter moved, this move that it made, and Facebook, I said, and don't forget now, Twitter didn't, the market was making new highs while this stock could barely move, right? So I said, look, we need to wait for confirmation. We got confirmation, we got the volume. You can see that there's more volume. We had increased volume even on intraday charts based on the 10 minutes, whatever if you look at 10, 30 minute charts, and it worked this trade. Now, could this trade fail? Sure, it can. But it's still, you should. If the stock doesn't continue moving, we have to set a stop somewhere. Either it's break even or you take a small profit. But if it keeps charging, right, you just keep holding until you see, and like I managed. So some people said, IBM moved, should I get out of IBM? Some people ask me. My targets, I think IBM goes to 200, 204. Doesn't mean it's going to go there. But based on what I'm seeing with the pattern, until it proves otherwise, it's been profitable from the entry point, right? I like the way it didn't. The volume wasn't great in the beginning, but we ended up with good volume, so that's a good sign. I think the stock is going to go higher, and when it stops performing properly, I take profits. But at one point, as the stock was in the, it depends on where you bought your options, but options have moved 30 to 40% already if you bought the right kind of options today on today's move on IBM. And so, it depends how quickly it moves to this 200. But even if it took 2 weeks, the options would probably go 100%, right? Because that's time, right? So sometimes you can make 100% in a couple of days in options, and sometimes it takes a couple of weeks. But you have to learn how to manage the move. And some people, what they do is they take some profits along the way. So if, let's say you have 4 options, maybe they take 2 off as they make the first 50%, and then they hold 2 runners. Okay, let's go back to so the same thing with Twitter, TWTR. Some people could take profits already today and then hold the rest for as a runner, right? Because there's no guarantee that this goes to 54. It's just that's what the pattern is telling me. It doesn't mean that's going to happen. I mean, nobody has a crystal ball. So that's the answer. But this stuff can be timed, and that's what I've been, what I was able to do is say that I think Twitter will move before Facebook. And let's take a look at this. I mean, look, I'm looking at the way I'm looking at my visionary lines. They're just telling me, what, Twitter has a stronger potential to move, and before Facebook. That's happened so far, but Facebook could do well as well still. Just that Twitter theoretically outperformed Facebook right now. And that could reverse if Facebook starts to really start looking good. If it can continue showing some strength, this thing might want to make a run as well, right? Just it wasn't as easy to enter as the Twitter trade. So there you have it. Thanks for listening. Like the video.